Hi folks, I am Ahmad Zaman and I welcome you to the run-up to RiskCon 2018, a pre-event chat show, and I have some very special guests from Deloitte India Risk Advisory, Mr. Abhay Gupte, Mr. Rohit Mahajan, and Mr. Sachin Paranjape. I welcome you all to the show, and in this chat show, we will be talking about business transformation and of course about RiskCon 2018, a flagship client event for Deloitte India Risk Advisory. Abhay, I would come to you first because RiskCon 2018 is essentially your brainchild when you conceptualized it 2 years back, and the first edition became a resounding success. So, how's the feeling like? Does it feel like the child has grown bigger, or does it feel like having a new child altogether?
Both. Primarily, RiskCon is a unique customer experience that we started off with, and we need to keep getting better, make that impact on our customers and our clients to ensure that they keep returning to our event and keep looking forward to this particular event year after year.
That's very aptly put, Abhay. I would now turn to you, Rohit. This is your first RiskCon, and you have provided some new insights and perspectives into into the entire exercise of building this RiskCon property. So, what do you think is the unique proposition about RiskCon 2018?
We've tried to, bring in the second and the third generation entrepreneurs onto the stage and, understand from them how do they perceive and look at risks, and what is their context of managing risk in their ever-changing dynamic business. So that's one. And we also tried to get some board members into a room to really understand the dynamics which goes around in the boardroom when they're really discussing the entire VUCA angle, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous situations which they go through, in the course of business. And last but not the least, interestingly, we are trying to get regulators who will present to us their perspective on the risk environment and what is their expectation from corporates in terms of both identifying, managing, and addressing risks in the businesses.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for throwing light on RiskCon salience and some key insights into the event. Sachin, I would now turn to you. I have learned that the theme for this year's RiskCon is transformation. So I would ask you, how relevant is this theme of transformation to the entire concept of risk and risk management?
Oh, it's absolutely relevant, absolutely significant. Risk and business are two sides of the same coin. Is there any business that is not undergoing a transformation? Is there any industry which is not disrupted? The answer is no. And if the businesses and industries and the clients are facing transformation, the entire risk landscape also changes. You really need to prepare, and you really need to be on top of it so that you make an optimum use of opportunities as well as manage your downside risks. So as the businesses undergo transformation, absolutely relevant for risks to also go through the same transformative journey.
That is really insightful, Sachin, and sets the right context for the event and its theme. I would now take this opportunity to initiate a rapid fire round with all of you since the theme is transformation. So the exercise would be, I will name a particular field or a domain, and you will have to come up with one thing that you think of when that has been truly transformational in each of these areas. Rohit, I'll start with you. What do you think has totally transformed the social media space?
So social media is real time and transparent.
Sachin, my next question is with you. What do you think has transformed cricket?
T20.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni in this IPL 18. 36-year-old and he's rocking it.
Absolutely. As an individual, yes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I would definitely say as a transformation.
So we have also cut down from RiskCon from 2 days to half a day. So that is like a test match coming into a T20 form.
Oh, absolutely. Now we need a Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Sachin, I would turn to you next. What do you think has transformed politics in India or globally?
The advent of social media and the use of analytics. You look at any elections, I think the analytics really makes the difference. You look at any campaign, social media is far stronger than the traditional media. And that's why I feel these two have really transformed the politics.
All right, perfect. Rohit, my next question is with you. What has transformed the relationships between human beings?
Relationships today have become more long term because you're always connected with who you want to get connected. So that's what's happened in this transformed world.
Sachin, what has transformed the education ecosystem?
We have made machines so intelligent that they are learning, and as I see forward, we'll be essentially trying to outlearn the machine learning. So machine learning is really transforming the entire education.
Abhay, my last question for this round is with you. What do you think has transformed risk advisory?
Rohit Mahajan with his transformational leadership.
Okay. Wow. So that was a very exciting and insightful rapid fire round with you. We shall now move to the next part of this session. And in this part of the session, I will say a statement or a situation, and my subsequent questions will have to be answered in the same context. So the first one, again, I'll come to you, Rohit, first. Rohit, if digital is the new media, what is the new oil?
Data.
Why do you say that?
The entire business model of every corporate is getting driven by how they're managing, evaluating, analyzing data.
All right. Abhay, we all know that dinosaurs are extinct. What do you think will be the next extinction in this era?
All businesses that don't embrace transformation.
Okay. That's very aptly put, Abhay. Sachin, my next question is to you. The World War first started in 1914. What do you think, which war started this year?
Not sure about this year, but I think certainly we are in the war on talent, and talent has a very, very strong connect with innovation. The capital is easier to obtain, but to have people and innovative people, people who can think of transformation, people who can think of future, people who can ready themselves and their organizations for future is where the entire war is now leading to.
All right. Rohit, we all know that vehicles run on fuel. Maybe in future they'll run on alternative fuels or alternative options like battery, electricity, other things. What do you think corporations will run on?
Okay, so corporations run on people. And having said that, they also are dependent on collaboration between the people, relationships between the people.
All right. Sachin, the last one is for you. Diamonds are forever. So in this context, what is the diamonds for businesses? What is that forever thing for businesses?
The purpose and the governance. The purpose for which the organization exists and the governance that really drives the organization. If you look at Fortune 500, the average life of a company on Fortune 500 has gone down from over 50 years a few years ago to less than 20 years. It's the well-governed companies that really separate the great company from the good company. And that is, to me, the forever mark on the corporation.
Okay. What has changed relationships between humans in this era of technology? What has changed?
Smartphones have changed relationships. You no longer go out and meet friends. And even if you go out and meet friends, you all are sitting together and looking at your smartphone.
That's right. So while we are connected with people who are distant,
You are no longer connected with people who are around you.
Unless you're taking a selfie. That's when you are very close.
That's so, yeah. You don't do that every day, right?
Coming back to you, Rohit. Education, what do you think has changed there?
So education will become significantly job-oriented, right? and it'll be more practical, especially in our environment.
My next question is also with you because Abhay said that your transformational leadership is going to transform risk advisory. In your opinion, what would be the transformational thing for risk advisory?
In risk advisory, we are talking about robotics, we are talking about digital, we are talking about managed services, we're talking about things like analytics and technology, right? And this will really help us transform not only our solutions, but our people and our overall business context. And I personally believe that it will actually set us ahead of competition. And clients today will get a lot of value.
That was a wonderful session. And with that, we will conclude our pre-event chat show for RiskCon 2018. And I'm thankful to all the stalwarts from Risk Advisory, from Deloitte India, who had spared that time for this chat show. But before we conclude, Rohit, why don't we use this opportunity to convey a message to all our audiences and attendees and tell them something about RiskCon that they can really look forward to?
The exciting part is that we'll have a lot of these senior professionals under one roof from different industries, different cultures coming together, sharing thoughts, interacting, networking, and really making an event which is not only getting restricted to discussing risk, but also give them an opportunity to understand what is it that each one of them is doing differently and better in their respective fields. So I want to take this opportunity to invite you all for this great event. We worked really hard to make sure that there is significant value which each one of you derive from this event. We are very excited about it, and I'm sure that you will also enjoy when you're there.
Thank you, Abhay, Rohit, and Sachin for your time and that absolutely amazing session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.